Hey everyone, it's Finn. Today is Wednesday the 24th of July 2013 and I am 15 weeks on testosterone. Although, I'm going to be honest, I'm actually doing this a day early. It's only Tuesday, but it's going up tomorrow. It's just that me and Nat are really busy tomorrow. She's actually got a day off, which is quite rare at the moment, so we're going to spend a day together. So yeah, I'm a bit early, but never mind. So changes this week. There isn't that much to report, really. It's just more hair. That seems all I'm talking about, really. So I'm probably going to go to monthly updates from now on, because there aren't that many huge changes at the moment. Although I did notice this weekend that I've got hairier toes. That was so exciting, noticing that. I've always had like slight hairy toes, but now they're like dark hairy toes. So yeah, it's just more of the same, really, just more hair growth, more thickening of hair growth, and that's really it. And the voice is just changing. I'm noticing that I can throw it more without it squeaking out, but it still squeaks a lot. And I do hope it returns to normal one day. We're at Truck Festival this last weekend, and just, you know, I scream my head off at festivals, but I can't make any noise. And there was one band that was getting this to do whooping, and I can't whoop. It just, nothing comes out at all when I try and whoop. So it's just this pathetic kind of like, whoa! That's about it. So that's been fun. So yeah, not really much to report. The one thing I keep going on about that is really noticeable though is my lessening anxiety. I'm really seeing that at the moment. I met up with a couple of guys who are trans at Truck Festival, one of which I met last year. I've known him online for a while, but we bumped into each other at Truck Festival, and I was quite nervous around him last year, and this year I just wasn't at all. I was just completely relaxed and completely comfortable, and that's really just nice to notice that there's not that kind of constant background hum of anxiety going on all the time. I didn't really feel awkward. We're also with like Nat's mum, Nat's dad. That sort of thing makes me anxious. I really get on well with Nat's family. I'm really close to them. My anxiety does not discriminate, you know. I'm anxious around even Nat at times. But even that wasn't there. I was just so laid back, and I really just don't care as much these days. Not in a bad way, but I used to be so stressed out about, you know, having to make lists a week in advance of what we might need for truck, and have I got this, have I got that, and it was all going to be stressful, and then I'd get there and be worrying about everybody, and all of this stuff. But I've seemed to have just like really kind of chilled out on all of that, and I think that frustrates Nat a little bit, because usually I'm the organiser, and now all of a sudden I'm like, whatever. And I think it's a bit, she's so used to me kind of, yeah, just like organising everything, and now suddenly I'm not, which is quite weird. So yeah, it was really nice to meet up with these couple of guys, and just feel chilled. One thing I did think about though, yeah, I'm going to be honest about this. When I was pre-T, I think I've shared this before anyway, I felt quite jealous about guys that were on T. I mean, you know, even guys I knew really well, of course I was happy for them, but at the same time, because, you know, the weight was going on and on and on, it was just like this feeling of jealousy and not fair. So I think when I met this chap last year, I was really in the thick of kind of a real funk about, this isn't going to happen for me, it's just going to take ages, blah 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 blah. And then I saw this guy that's been on T for years, and there was that bit of jealousy, I guess. So maybe that's what was different this year as well, is that, you know, now I'm on T, there isn't that kind of jealousy. And I think it's also not just about jealousy. I think it was a bit like not feeling like a real man, you know, just because I was still quite new and early in transition when I met this guy last year at Truck, and so I wasn't that sure of myself as a man, and wasn't on T, and so I didn't feel kind of like really authentic as a man at that stage, whereas I do now, and I'm really noticing that more and more, because even though T hasn't changed my features that dramatically, I just feel so much more confident in myself as a man, and feel confident to say I am a man, even though I knew I was, is, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, I think it's just part of the journey of coming out, going through the waiting for hormones, and then finally going on hormones. It's this gradual process of finding the okayness to say I'm a man. I've tried to explain this a couple of times to people, and I can't really put my finger on it, but it's just, I don't know. On the one hand, I've known I'm trans, know that I feel male, but it's like, really, can I really say I'm male? You know. But now I've got no doubt whatsoever. I am male, 100% male, always been male. End of. I think that's where my newfound confidence is coming from as well. So I don't know if that made sense. But yeah, I was just reflecting on that this weekend, just noticing the difference between me interacting with this guy now, you know, when I've been living as male as 15, 16, 17, 18 months, and on T 3 months, the interaction between me and this guy now is so different than it was back then. And he's not changed, it's me just being more comfortable in myself and less anxiety and whatever. And that was a long ramble, wasn't it? So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say this week, I think, really. One thing I have noticed the last couple of days is I'm tetchy. I'm getting a bit like rah about stuff again, and that's not happened for a while. I felt quite settled. Now it could just be me. I could just be in one of them moods. But as I said last week, that I had some spotting. I haven't had any since. But I'm wondering if this is all because my levels are dropping. Because last time I had that crash, I kind of had some menstruation and then went into a real rah mood and then sunk. So maybe this time the levels aren't dropping dramatically, but they're tapering off. So I've had the spotting and I'm now having a bit of rawness. You know, my mood feels fine though, and my anxiety feels fine. So I don't know. It's just getting used to my whole new body patterns, I suppose, and the cycles of the jabs I'll be having and how that will affect me. I don't know. So this week's just me rambling about all sorts of things, look. So yeah, I think I'll leave it there, really. So not much to say this week, but somehow I still managed to ramble on and on for ages. Yes. Right. What else can I say? Oh, I'm off to Eastbourne this week. I can say this on this video because I send these videos to my mum, but she won't get this till after I've been. I'm making a surprise visit to see her because it's Trans Pride in Brighton on the Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th. There was going to be a march, but they couldn't organise it, which is a real shame. But I'm going to go down because on the Saturday there's a picnic in the park, and then on the Sunday there's a beach party. So I'm going to go down for that, and I'm meeting up with Will, which is fantastic. I'm really excited about that. And hopefully I'll meet up with lots of other guys as well, because it'll do me good to meet more trans guys. And then I'm going to surprise my mum. So I'm going to try, I know I keep saying this, I'm going to try and get my mum to do a video with me. She does suffer from a lot of ill health, and when she's not with it, you don't really want her on camera because you won't understand anything she says. But hopefully if she's in a good... Sorry mum, I love you, but you know what I mean, you do talk Flemish at times. Yeah, so hopefully she'll be able to do a vid with me. We'll see. Yes, stop waffling, Finn, and go. Okay, I'm going. Right. Hope everyone's really, really well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.